YouTubers, this is Buddy coming at you at part 5 on our 20-gallon long tank build. I started wrapping the stand, putting the skins on the stand. You'll see right there on the front of the stand there I have some marks on there. I was debating on cutting it a little higher, so I drew a little sketch on it. I'm painting this all black, so it's not going to make a difference. But I just kind of drew a little rough sketch on there to give myself an idea of how it would look if I cut it a little higher and things like that. So I decided to keep it low. So I cut it right here and kept it low. And I like that look. I like that how it looks. It looks great. I got the bottom on. As you can see, there's the bottom to the stand. I still have to put my corner moldings on, so you won't see any of this. I got my side panel in. I still have to put my corner molding here, and you won't see any of this. And this will all be, you won't see this stuff. And this is all going to get painted black, so you're not going to see this mark that I put here. This was just to give myself a rough idea on what it would look like if I cut it higher. But I think where I cut it looks really sharp, and I'm glad I did it right there. Same thing, I got little nicks right there, but all the corner molding is going to go on. And I'm going to show you guys on how to put your corner molding on and and hide all that, so it'll look really sharp. I'll show you guys how to do that, how to put corner molding on it and make your corners look real sharp. I'll show you guys how to do that in a later video. Basically right here I'm just going to give you an idea of where I'm at. I don't have my back on yet. I still have to put the back on. Now when I put the back on, you're not going to be able to see it, but when I put the back on, I'm just going to put the back on till it goes up to about here, and then that'll give me from here to here to sneak my plumbing in from behind, and then bring my plumbing down here, and then my plumbing will come up here. I'm going to have a piece that comes off my return over here with 2 outlets that'll allow me to hook up other pieces of equipment as this tank grows and want to hook a GFO reactor, carbon reactor, things like that, and then the rest of the line will go back up. This is a dual T5 light fixture that is not staying there. I just stuck it there just to give myself an idea of what it would look like if I used that type of lighting, because I was really considering on maybe putting a frag rack in the back and actually growing some frags down in there, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep it as your normal sump refugium and just put my Miracle Mud stuff in there. Now I am going to go with a small nano skimmer, which is actually underrated for this aquarium, basically because I'm going to go Ling's way. Ling is the maker of Miracle Mud, and I'm going to go his way on the system. He actually recommends that you don't run a protein skimmer. I still believe in running a protein skimmer, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a protein skimmer that's not nearly efficient enough to do a whole lot. It's going to do a little bit, but it's not going to do a whole lot as far as skimming. It still will aerate the water, and it still will remove some skimmate, but it's going to be a very small amount. So essentially, it's like me running an efficient skimmer for 4 hours a day, and this one will run 24/7. So that's kind of what it would be like. All right, so I'm going to give you a quick glimpse of this side here and give you an idea what I'm going to do over here, because I didn't finish blocking this corner off here. Oh man, you're not gonna be able to see it. Hold on guys, let me grab a light. Alright, so basically you'll see that I have some, sorry about this guys, you'll see that I have a power strip here. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave this pocket here, so when I put my piece in like this here, right back here I have these pockets, and I'm doing that on purpose so I can run my power cables down behind the sump down here, and then they're going to come underneath here. This is why I left it up off the ground under here, and I'm going to run all my cords back up inside this pocket and plug everything in, and that's essentially how I'll have everything plugged in. Now when I put my panel on, this panel will only come to right here, so you won't be able to see it from in here, but I'll easily be able to go in here and unplug things and be able to get to my power supply and all that stuff. So that's not going to be an issue. It'll just look as if you can't see all the power cords. They'll be tucked in this pocket here. You won't be able to see them. I'll have a piece here. It'll look like it's closed off, but really the piece will just go right where this black line is right here. So when you look at the aquarium, the stand will look just like this. This piece right here only goes right here to this black line. So I can easily stick my hand down in there and get anything out, because remember I have a lot of space up in here. So essentially all my power cables will be tucked away nice and hidden and look really sharp, and you won't be able to see anything. because this is going to be an open stand, I'm not putting doors on this. It's essential that I have a good cord management, so you don't see all the power cords and the slew of wires kind of look. Now, this is just a, the stand is nowhere near done. It's just a rough, the skins are just kind of on there. It's rough. It's a rough sketch, we'll say. So basically, it's just a rough sketch on how things are going to look. You see, I have a piece of wood here I have to cut down. I'm putting for my top. I actually decided to put a top on this. Put a top on it. And this is what I meant. I have a piece of 1x2. This is the trim I'm actually using. And you'll be able to see, I'll give you a quick look. Now that I have my piece on here, see my 1x2. And as you can see, that's nice and flush. Exactly what I wanted. And that's gonna sit there perfect, nice and flush. And it's gonna look really sharp once I'm done with all the trim. And I put the trim on here, it's gonna look sharp. And then it's gonna be open. I'm painting all this black. I got my side pieces on. Everything's gonna look real sharp once I get all my trim put on. It's going to look real sharp. So this is just a rough sketch of how everything's looking. I got a little bit of sanding to do on the corners here, and that'll be it. And then I'll get everything boxed in, get the bottom legs down there boxed in so everything looks real sharp. I cut a piece and I slide it in there, put one little nail in there just to box it in, so when it looks down, it looks all boxed in and real sharp. So this is basically where I'm at right now. Excuse me, guys. I'm still waiting on my light fixture to come in. When the light fixture comes in, I'll do an unboxing on that. I'm waiting for the bulkhead to come in. I'm waiting on the Miracle Mud to come in, and I'm waiting on my my Jaybo WP10 Wavemaker controller and power head. I'm only going to use that single power head in this tank. And I thought about drilling the tank for the return line. But actually, I'm probably not going to drill the tank for the return line. I'm just not going to bother. I'm actually just going to have the return line sit right here and come over. I am going to use hard plumbing, though, and I'm just going to have it sit just like this, with the thing kicked out. Instead of drilling it and putting another bulkhead in here, I just said, I'm not going to bother. It doesn't matter to me that much. I don't care. It would look a lot neater and nicer, so I would recommend, hey, if you're going to drill the 2 holes, one for your drain, one for your return, do it right. I just didn't bother doing it. But I got the sand in the tank, as you can see. This is what I went with. I went with a 15-pound bag of sand. That gave me 1.5 inches of sand out. So basically, you just take your aquarium, you do the square, you figure out the square foot of your aquarium, and then you get the bag of sand. The sand will tell you how many square foot it covers, and that'll give you an idea of what it's going to do. How many inches of sand you will get inside your aquarium. Alright guys, so this is Buddy signing out. I just wanted to give you a quick look at the 20-gallon long tank build, and once I get the trim on, get it painted, I'll show you some techniques on how to do that and all that good stuff, and and I'll give you some more updates as I go. Once the light comes in and all that, we'll do an unboxing. I'm going to show you how to set up the sump, set up a sump using Miracle Mud the way Ling tells you how to do it. If you go on Ling's website on YouTube, he'll tell you exactly how he recommends you set up a sump for his Miracle Mud system. I'm going to do it exactly how he recommends we do it, and that implies using bio balls in the first chamber. The only thing I'm doing different is I am still going to use a small, inefficient nano skimmer. That would be efficient on a 14-gallon BioCube or something, but not for an aquarium that's about 30 gallons of water. Really, this tank's going to be about 27 gallons of water total, so that's just a little underrated. So we're going to use bio balls in the first chamber. I'm going to show you how I'm going to crate it off. It's going to come down through a filter sock. There's going to be bio balls, the protein skimmer. Next chamber is going to be our Miracle Mud, our Refugium, a heater. Next chamber is going to be our return pump, and that's going to be essentially it, and I'll show you how I'm going to do everything. Alright guys, so once I get the light and everything in and I get the rest of the wood for the stand, I will do a full video showing you what color, what type of paint I'm using, and all that good stuff, guys. And I'm also going to paint the back of the sump too. I actually have a black background that I already had, so I decided I wasn't going to paint the stand or paint the back of the tank. I'm just going to put the black background on there. I already have it, and I figured, you know what, hey, screw it. I want to get this rock in, get the sand in, so I just said screw it. I'm just going to throw the black background on and paint the back of the sump, so I can still show you what type of paint to use and how to paint an aquarium. But the black background is going to look just as nice, and you'll never know the difference. But you know, paint it. It's really the best way to go, is just paint it. I just decided not to because I didn't feel like running to Walmart that night and getting the paint, and I wanted to put the sand and stuff in, so I just kind of went ahead of myself and did it. So I screwed myself on as far as painting it. Painting it's not an option for me anymore, because these are glued or epoxied in. They're not coming out. That's what I mean. Normally I can be like, you know, I'll just take it out, take all the sand out, paint it anyways, but I get ahead of myself sometimes, and I said screw it. I already have the black background downstairs, so I'll put that on there. I'll use black electrical tape. It'll look really sharp. I'll show you how I'm going to do that, and you'll never know the difference. Alright guys, so this is where I'm at on my 20-gallon long tank build. It's coming along really good. Once I get that stand painted and finished being boxed in, all my wires ran and everything, it's going to look really sharp. Alright guys, this is Buddy signing out. Happy reefing.